Front of house is a really important module because it will really bring in the reception team and engage them in this process. Front of house will streamline processes on reception and improve the patient waiting experience, and it's amazing how many things can be done in front of house that make a real difference to the practice as a whole.
I think because we started in front of house with the receptionists, I think that was actually very important. Because the GPs are on board for change anyway, but the receptionists weren't on board for change. The waste walk was one of the first things we did, which involved taking photographs and using a camcorder to go around the entire building really, seeing it from the patient's point of view, how we looked, from squeaking doors to reception staff that were having an argument behind the desk.
We were surprised actually because you never really take out the time to really look, and by doing the work and realising this, it really opened our eyes.
Everyone was shocked how bad the reception looked and how bad the waiting room looked.
To improve the appearance of the practice, Richmond used the 5S technique, which stands for sort, set, standardise, shine and sustain.
And now it's great. Patients have actually come in and commented how tidy it actually looks. We took it to the whole practice meeting and everybody wrote down what they actually saw and ways of improving it, from reception to GPs and to the attached staff. And then all those ideas were put on a sheet which were high benefit, low cost, or high benefit, high cost. And then we made a decision what we could and couldn't do. As part of the process to understand the patient waiting experience, we actually looked at how long patients were waiting in the waiting room. Some patients arrived early. They were sat there 10-15 minutes before they were actually called in. Some patients were actually sat there for 45 minutes. You think, well, they sat there, what are they actually doing? So we thought it'd be ideal to get this blood pressure, height, weight, BMI machine. And we decided that we could capture data to help us with our QOF, and also the GPs were going to make an effort in trying to cut their waiting time down to 15 minutes.
Because it's come out of a lot of time spent looking at how it all works and all the interlinking systems, I for one have found that I've appreciated reception more and more, and I probably admit that I've taken their role for granted a little bit and not perhaps understood the complexities of it.
Both Richmond and others have found involving patients an important part of the process.
Involving patients with our work has helped in rearranging appointment schedules and systems, listening to what patients would like to see perhaps in the waiting area, of brighter colours, a more feel of airiness.
They came to the meetings and said, like these are the colour schemes that we like, this is what we want to do. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's going to benefit? Everything with regards now to the practice, the brochure, the website, even the uniform, everything's like a turquoise colour. Everybody's got a smile on their face and people don't mind waiting in the waiting room.
We had an open day. People come and sat at different tables with one of us and we sort of talked through prescriptions, if they had any ideas on how to improve prescriptions, service reception, the reception area, etc.
The problem with the prescriptions was that they were not in the area where we were working. On average, it was taking about 3 minutes from when the patient asked us for the prescription to us actually handing it back over to them. We sat down and we looked at what we could do, and we moved everything to nearer to where the reception desk was. We organised the filing a lot better. When we retimed it, it had improved by at least 1.5 minutes.
The receptionist came up with the idea that they wanted to produce a vision statement for themselves and for the patients.
And we sat down together and we made a list of notes and then decided which ones were relevant to us and what we decided we wanted it to be. We're setting up a weekly meeting just so we can share our ideas and maybe change things or not change things as we need to go along. It's pulled us together as a team and made us feel valued as a team. And because of that, we've improved patients' opinions and experience of coming into surgery.